Masechet Zevahim Daf Ghim al Amud Aleph, 2 lines from the bottom. Rambam says, still, we don't like the fact that one animal can make so many animals mixed together, all as sort of, even if one of them does sort. Rambam says, let's do a simple thing. Let's take one animal one by one, bring it as a korban. Called the parish division. Every single time you take one, now you're taking one from majority. Right? So when you take one at a time, one out of 100, you have no reason to believe it as sore. So each one you'll be kosher. What do you mean each one out? The whole kavua the concept that whenever you have something set, there's no such thing as having majority. The main case is if you have a case of and let's say if a building in regards to um if you have a majority, pulling out a majority has to be a place where there's an uncertainty from a group. However, if the thing as a sword is set in its place amongst the group, it's considered equal. Case in point is the main cases if you have non-kosher meat stores and one non-kosher meat stores, and if you have meat in your hand, you can't assume that you bought it from majority kosher because it may have been from the set meat non-kosher store. However, if you found the meat outside, therefore it's no longer set, therefore it might be kosher. So over here as well, if you take it one at a time, it's considered 50-50, no majority. Mar says, okay, make the animals move around. Therefore, then you'll have non-set in stone, one at a time, majority. Right? جزيرة الشمال يبقوا 10 قوانين ببعض حتى يكرروا. Or the 10 قوانين coming at the same time, taking 10 animals, يعني all animals at the same time, and um, at that point, you'd be taking all at the same time, and for sure, you sort of being taken out at the same time. Where it says, Amar Hu Rabban Rabbi told Ravam, Elamiyata, that's the case, Megisa Asira. How are you going to say when the blood's right in the bowl, it becomes a sore? Right, so he said, if you have 10 animals moving in a set place, they're all taken separately and they all got slaughtered. We're all assuming that each one came from the majority. However, how are they supposed to go in and take the bowls and also at the same time throw the blood at the same time on the day? There's no Isur. It's all being done at the same time. There's no point of Isur. Where it says, maybe 10 Kohanim will take the same place. Take at the same time. Taking at the same time, then word of the Isur animals there. Where it says, how can you have 10 Kohanim taking out 10 animals at the same time? Where it says, It's a surah drabanan because we're worried that you might take it while it's in place, and therefore, yes, if they're all moving, it technically would work, we have a gizera. Gemara says, Marava hashda Mart drabanan lo nakriv. Now that Chachamim said we can't take animals from the mixture, ina kriv lo marase. If you do offer it, there's no kapara. Gemara says, etzev Rav Hanu b'Rei Rava hatat shidar v'olah. From a hatat bird that became mixed with a bird olah v'olah shidar v'hatat vice versa. Afil hamir even tens of thousands. Yamutu kol ne'olam die. When we say that, the Kohen Nilach, when the Kohen who is asking question, meaning he's coming to ask the halacha, you can't do it. Aber Kohen she'en Nilach, let's say the Kohen did the korban without asking. Asan Allah, he did the blood on top. Ma'asa kasher, ma'asa pasul, half for one it's kasher, the one for the olah it's kasher, and olah hatat pasul. The mata they both in the bottom. Ma'asa kasher, ma'asa pasul, the hatat's good, the olah is bad. أحد مرة واحدة مرة one on top and on bottom. شنو episodes you could assume they're both bad. شعني مرة بحطت الكريفة على المرة ولا الله كريفة مرة they were in the wrong spot. However, regardless, we see that if you do it both in the top or both in the bottom, then one of them's good. We see that, but the avad it works if he doesn't ask. How can you say that if you bring it, there's no kapara? The Gemara says, this is according to the opinion that holds that a living animal can be rejected once it's pushed off from the mitzvah, it's permanently pushed off from the mitzvah. And that's why it's always asur. But the second Mishnah, that living animal is not permanently pushed off and it can be fixed. Whereas in the case of a slaughtered animal, the kula alma that everybody agrees that a slaughtered animal can be rejected because it's dead. Utanan Mishnah said, Rabbi Eliezer holds, if he brings the head as a korban, you can bring all the heads. Seemingly, all the heads that became pasul, the head of a non-kosher of animal the moon got mixed in. Yeah, you can bring it with the avad. The Gemara says, "Who damar kahanan misri?" He holds the following rabbi. He says, "Hanan misri." I feel them because even the blood in the cup, maybe havero mazego, you could bring a new kohen to replace it. So we see that basically from here that Hanan holds that even slaughtered animals and their body parts, etc., can still be brought. Okay, a ring that belonged to the Abu Zarash and Darva, but Mea Tava'ot got mixed with 100 rings, regular rings. One of the rings fell into the Great Sea. Which look on the Abu Mutar because the Amir and the one that fell in was the Isur one. As for the Nachman, I feel I have made a boy. We said if you have one Asur animal mixed with the other ones, they're all Asur, Kulan, Amai, why not? Why? Nema the meat, say one animal dies first. It's from it, we assume that one died. The Gemara says, Amaleh, Rab Damar Kia Dazar, he holds like a Dazar. The Talmud says, Rabia, Alezomer. Im Karab Arosh, Hamnehem, Mikru, Kulan, Rajim, Kulan, he says, one, you bring one, all good. Our Mishnah says that you can't. Because the whole Chachmim who doesn't go like that. Gemara says, "V'ha amar Rabbi Eliezer lo tir Rabbi Eliezer el b'shnayim shnayim, aber har had lo." Wait a second, Rabbi Eliezer only hold that if you brought two heads at a time, but if you brought one at a time, not. Meaning, the only time he allows, Rabbi Eliezer says that Rabbi Eliezer holds that it's the only time mutar with the heads is he brought two at the same time. Because when you brought two, at least one of them is for sure kosher. Therefore, you can't assume which one is pasul. So how would you bring that over here regarding the ring? The Gemara says, I also meant the rings if two rings fell in the same time. Mar de Marav. تبعت الله خيم a ring that Allah zara. شنو تعرف 100 تبعت got mixed with 100 rings. وبعشوا بعدين لما كم أحد 40 rings got mixed to one spot. بشيل لما كم أحد 6 rings to another spot. فرشا أحد من 40 and then one ring from the 40 pack fell into another pack of rings. And now it's written to become asur. أحد مش الشيء but if one of the rings from the 60 pack got mixed with other rings, also they become asur. The Gemara says, "My shna أحد من 40 law. Why 140 won't work?" That means it's Surah B'Rabah. I said it would say that because it has majority in the 60, not the 40. Whereas I have machine not even by the 60, I'm reading maybe the ring is with the majority of the original mixture of the 59 rings that was left behind. So Yani, by this we said the 60 rings, one went to the other second pack, to the third pack of rings. That's true. But who says if you're taking one out of 60, maybe the one was left behind in the 60. Therefore the new mixture should be mutar. The Gemara says, "Ella in parashu arba'im kulan makom echad." No, if all 40 rings got separated from the pack to another place, ain't no sort of kumasur. If all 60 moved to a new place, also the Rasur. Amrita came to Shmuel when Shmuel heard this. Amarle, he told me, That's not include Abdazran in these halachot. Shesveka usfek sveka asura atsof alam. Because when you have a doubt, and even if you have a double doubt, it's always asur. Right? Even if you have a double doubt, it's asur versus other double doubts are mutar. Mete, one second, I have a question. Safek Abu Havim Asura, in case of a single doubt of Ba'ud Azraz Asur, Usay Saka Mutar B'dal Doubt Mutar. Okay, so what's the case? Kol Shal Havim, a cup used for a goy, or a cup used for Abu Azra, Shinafal Asar Malekosot, they fell into a storage house full of mutar cups. Kulan Asrin the Ol Asur. Peresh Had Mehen Lady Boy, but if one of them separated into a group of 10,000 cups, Umari Boy Lady Boy, and one cup of 10,000 fell to another second set of 10,000 cups, Mutrein al Mutar. We've seen even double Safek and Mutar. Where says, Tonight, Machakot Tanaim, Tanab Rezer Bidamer, Yimurne Badan, I was trying to call show the pomegranates from Badan should make everything asur in any amount. Case that how mehen the toch ribo. They have one of them fell into a group of 10,000. When we brother another 10,000, 10,000 asur also. Vishnu Ridam, Vishnu Lishwan. The ribo asur only the first 10,000 asur. Miribo Lishosha, but if one pomegranate fell to another group of three, when we shosh makom higher than one from that three fell into another place, mutar is mutar. The Gemara says, Shmuel the Markman, who does Shmuel? Like, you could be the other Rebbe, I feel like Ishar and Isur, then the other, all ones be Asur. He could be Shimon, if Rebbe Shimon, I feel like I'm sure then even the double dash bin mutar of Avodah Zarah. The Gemara says v'chitema sharon the Rabbi Shmuel ben Avodah Chavim Mishar Yisrael. Even you want to tell me that if there's a difference between Avodah Zarah and other Yisraelim according to Shmuel, Ela Haratana, but the problem is the Brisa says Safek Avodah Chavim Asura. So one doubt of Avodah Zarah is Asur. Safek mutar, but double doubt is mutar. Mani who's it according to? Lo should be that no reason. It doesn't fit according to either of them. Must be that Rabbi Shmuel does not make a difference between Avodah Zarah and other Asuras. So Gemara says, okay, fine. Lo Rabbi Shmuel is according to Rabbi Shmuel. Ushmuel Savala Kaviuda Hada. He holds a Kaviuda regarding Avodah Zarah that double dab by Abu Zara is mutar. Upaliga disagrees with Rida regarding other Isurim that he is lenient by other double safekot and they are mutar according to him. Rosh Rida will hold their both asur. Look at them, men.